Hello everyone, welcome to day 5 of the New to Medicare Bootcamp. Today's topic is dental and vision on Medicare and what to do for your annual Medicare plan upkeep. I'm Pam Turner, the creator and facilitator of the Medicare Facebook group known as Navigating Medicare the Easy Way. I help you to put aside all those fears and worries about getting onto Medicare and enrolling in the right plan by streamlining the whole process for you. In case you haven't heard, Medicare doesn't cover dental, vision, or hearing, except for cataract surgery, glaucoma, retinopathy, and some other medically necessary treatments or for certain injuries. Here's everything not covered by Medicare. Routine and major dental work, standard eye exams to update your prescription for glasses, paying for glasses, hearing exams, and hearing aids are all not covered by Medicare. In this video, I'm going over how to get dental, vision, and hearing coverage on Medicare. You'll learn what types of plans give you this coverage, what is the price range, what is actually covered, is it worth it to you? Before I get into this, I want you to think a little bit about what type of person you are when it comes to saving and planning and how you approach the risk of medical expenses and unforeseen bills. Are you the type that would rather simply save money instead of buying more insurance? Maybe you have a huge rainy day fund and you just pay out of pocket for dental care, or when you need glasses and you don't worry about purchasing insurance. Or maybe you don't like the idea of big unforeseen expenses, whether you don't have a large rainy day fund or whether you do. Maybe you don't want to shell out a big chunk of money for dental work. Think about the way you'd like to approach these types of expenses as I'm going through your options. There's only 2 ways to get insurance for dental, vision, and hearing when you have Medicare. You'll either buy a standalone insurance plan for one or all of these coverages, or you can enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that offers dental, vision, and hearing. A standalone plan just means it's not tied to Medicare or any other plan. It's just a private insurance plan that you buy for yourself. Advantage plans are the plans you see advertised all the time that offer you your medical benefits through a private insurance company. Now, if you're interested in vision coverage only, maybe you don't need any dental or hearing coverage. The only standalone option that I know about is a company called VSP. They do a lot of vision coverage for group plans and individuals, and I've worked with them in the past. Actually, I've just added them back in through NCD. That's a company that I'm going to talk about a little later that has dental coverage as well. You can check out what their offerings are through VSP.com, or you can contact me about that as well. I don't know of any standalone hearing plans, so if hearing is really a concern for you, you might be interested in a bundled dental, vision, and hearing plan that I offer, so stay tuned to hear more about that. I'm going to talk more about the standalone plans and Advantage plans in a little more detail and what actually would be covered. Then finally, we'll discuss would either of these options be worth it to you. And at the end of this video, don't forget, we're also going to go into the ongoing maintenance of your Medicare plans. Like, do you need to do anything year after year, and what would that even look like? Back to dental, vision, and hearing. Let's talk about price range first. What types of prices are we talking about here? To get a good standalone dental plan, especially one that includes vision and hearing, you'll need to pay at least in the $50 range or higher per month. Advantage plans commonly cost 0 extra premium over and above what you pay for your Part B. Now, depending where you live though, you might see several Advantage plans with premiums ranging from $20 to $100 per month, so they're not always free, and sometimes they can charge extra for add-on dental or vision coverage in some states. Again, Advantage plans are an all-inclusive health plan for your Medicare, and some will cover all 3, dental, vision, and hearing, but it can vary quite a bit based on state, zip code, company, or even between plans with the same company. So don't assume every Advantage plan will automatically have great dental, vision, and hearing coverage. I highly caution against joining an Advantage plan just to get dental, vision, or hearing, unless maybe you're already on one and you've always been on one and that type of thing. But I'm just talking about when you're first making a decision about what plan type to go with. It's important to decide first how you want to get your medical coverage. There are more rules and restrictions when it comes to your medical care on Advantage plans, so that's why I recommend deciding first whether or not you even want an Advantage plan and exploring the dental later. So far, I've talked about the types of plans and the price range. So what is actually covered? I'm going to go into a little bit more depth on the standalone plans first. Dental, vision, and hearing options have really exploded for Medicare eligibles in recent years. You may have heard of the AARP option through Delta Dental that's been around for a while, and I'm most familiar with that one as an alternative to what I offer. and I'll mention that in a little bit. After doing lots of research into many companies, I find similar patterns and shortcomings. When you're shopping for these plans, there's really only 5 main areas to pay attention to when you're trying to decide which is the best one for you. Number 1, is there a waiting period? Number 2, is there a deductible? This is an amount you have to pay before the plan pays. Number 3, how much of your preventive care is covered? This is important to a lot of people, and some plans will cover 100% of it, but some won't. Number 4, what percentage does the plan cover for major services? This is stuff like crowns and root canals. One crown can set you back $1,200 without dental coverage. The amount that a plan covers for major services can be a weak area on many plans. It's more common for plans to only cover 50% of your costs for major services, but my favorite plans that I offer cover more than 50%. Number 5, what's the total benefit the plan will pay out in a year? This means, does the plan limit how much it will cover toward your expenses? What if you need 3 crowns? Will it cover all 3? Or will it cut off your benefit at $1,000 or $1,500? Does everyone understand everything I've been saying so far? Think about, does this all make sense? These different points I'm making about how to examine the different dental plans. I've been offering 2 main companies to keep things simple, but recently added a 3rd dental plan. After sifting through everything out there, these 3 offer more for the price compared to most options that I've seen. The first company I want to mention is Manhattan Life. This is a general overview. It's offered in most states, but not all states, so you'll have to check with me to see if it's available where you live. I'll go over point by point what Manhattan Life covers. This is a combined dental, vision, and hearing plan, and is the most valuable option for you if you want the highest possible percentage coverage for major services like crowns and the highest coverage for glasses. Is there a waiting period? Yes, 12 months for dental and 6 months for glasses. How about a deductible? Yes, it's a $100 deductible. It's a policy year deductible, so that's $100 that you pay, that you have to meet up front in a 12-month window. How much preventive care is covered? It starts at 60%, 70% at year 2, and goes to 80% after you're on the plan for 2 years. So preventive care is not covered at 100% on the Manhattan Life Dental, Vision, and Hearing, if this is very important to you. Major services are very similar. This is 70% after the 12-month waiting period, and it goes to 80% after 2 years. The max benefit ranges between $1,000 and $5,000 annually, depending on the plan you choose. This plan works with any dental, vision, or hearing provider. The vision and hearing benefits cover the exact same percentages that I just went over with you, which is key because usually plans will give you a separate little vision benefit and a separate little hearing benefit. This plan doesn't do that. It gives you the full annual benefit, and you could use it all for vision or all for hearing in a given year if you want to. Now, you do get the greatest benefit if your dentist is in the Carrington network. Otherwise, you have to pay the difference or overage above the usual and customary charges. I'd have to get you a quote, but it generally runs at least in the $50 range per month or higher. You have to ask yourself, is it worth having the higher coverage for major services? Where most plans stop at 50%, this goes up to 80% in most states after the 2nd year, and the deductible is higher, which is a drawback, but it's a one-time annual deductible for dental, vision, and hearing for all 3. So if you just cover that $100, you don't have to pay it again for vision if you already paid it for dental. A second option is Physicians Mutual, which has become my most popular dental plan. I do the plan enrollments for you with these companies I'm mentioning, but this one does allow you to go to their website and you can just look at the benefits without having to contact me, but I can still sign you up. Now, you'll go to physiciansmutual.com, click dental on the homepage to get a quote in your state. This plan is a little bit more expensive than Manhattan Life, but I think it's worth it. And the vision and hearing add-ons are optional. Just for dental, it tends to run $56.50 a month in most states. And the thing that sets this plan apart is it's the only one that has an unlimited maximum benefit in a year. There is no max to what they will pay out for your dental care that you need. Remember I mentioned with Manhattan Life that their max annual benefits range from $1,000 to $5,000? Well, this plan has no cap, which is unheard of. Also, there's no upfront deductible, which I love, and preventive care is covered at 100% as long as you're using an in-network dentist. So this ticks all the boxes. This really is a good all-around plan. However, this plan can work with any dentist, but then you're dealing with that usual and customary charge and you would have to pay an overage. The Physicians Mutual covers, so it's not as high as Manhattan Life, but it does cover 70% of major services after the 12-month waiting period, and most plans out there only cover 50%. The dental network is called Emeritus. It's like America, but it's Emeritus, TAS on the end. The one drawback of the Physicians Mutual is the vision and hearing coverage. There's an add-on rider for about $8 per month for vision and hearing discounts. It's not full insurance. Physicians Mutual is an especially great option for those that are only looking for dental. I do have the separate VSP standalone vision option. It runs around $22 a month, which you could also consider, and you could maybe just pair that with the Physicians Mutual if you need a more solid vision coverage. But VSP doesn't come with the hearing coverage. The newest addition to my dental offerings is a MetLife dental plan called NCD. If you already have a dentist that's in the MetLife network, this is the way to go. I think the biggest challenge people face is finding a plan their dentist accepts. The two biggest strengths of this company, in my opinion, are the large recognized dental network known as MetLife and one of the most affordable dental plans out there at just $35 a month with a $2,500 max benefit. The plan is a copay plan, which means you pay a flat copay, not a percentage for each service, which is more predictable, but your dentist must be in the network to get the benefit of these low-cost copays. There is no deductible. Preventive care isn't 100% free, but it's really inexpensive. It's really reasonable, and all the copays for the services are, they're just really good and affordable. So I highly recommend if you're looking for, even though, so say you don't care about the unlimited benefits of the Physicians Mutual and you just want something affordable and your dentist happens to be in the MetLife network, this is a good way to go. There are also higher coverage plan options with MetLife if your dentist is in the network and you want more than the $2,500 max benefit in a calendar year. And, oh, by the way, this is dental only. It doesn't have vision or hearing in this one. However, the NCD is where I can get the VSP. Again, the three networks of the three plans I offer are Carrington, Emeritus, and MetLife. So you can check with your dentist or have me look them up for you. Next, I'm going to talk about my two favorite alternate options. These are plans I don't offer. One is an AARP Delta Dental HMO plan. It's more common to see the PPO ones if you search this online. Now, I don't sell any of the AARP Delta Dental, but this HMO is one of my favorites because of the monthly cost and benefits. It's so reasonable. I signed my husband up on this plan. They're not available everywhere, and the biggest drawback is the limited HMO network. This is a great way for someone that just needs dental coverage and their dentist happens to be in the network. So if you get lucky, you can consider this plan. And you can search this option by Googling AARP Delta Dental. Another option, this is the final option for the dentalplans.com. This site showcases all sorts of dental savings plans, and this is not something I offer. And other standalone dental coverages that you can check out if your dentist is not in one of the networks that I offer. Dental savings plans allow you to essentially buy into a discounted network, and there's no waiting period. They run about $130 for a whole calendar year. It's a great savings solution if you need dental work right now and don't have insurance because there's no waiting period. Most dental plans don't cover implants, and if they do, it's limited to the max benefit amount for the year or less. And that, by the way, that Physicians Mutual plan that's my most popular seller, that one is, I believe it either doesn't cover implants or it's very, very limited, like maybe to $1,000 or $2,000 for the lifetime of the plan or something like that. So that's just unfortunate, and most dental is very limited with implants. Now, what about dental, vision, and hearing benefits on Advantage plans? I already mentioned that I highly advise against choosing this plan type only based on dental, vision, and hearing. I understand that dental work can be very expensive, but the reality is, in many cases, these Advantage plans will be limiting your benefit to only $1,000 or $1,500 for what they'll pay for your dental services in a year. It can be less or a lot more in select areas of the country, but do you want to base the entire quality of your medical coverage on Medicare around getting maybe $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000 in dental benefits? I'm not saying that to bash Advantage plans, but I recommend choosing an Advantage plan based primarily on whether it's the best fit for you, for your medical care first and foremost, and maybe the dental benefit is just enough icing on the cake to help you decide. It's important to go through the process the way I teach it, which is to know the difference between Medigap and Advantage plans first and decide which is the best fit for you. Know what your risk tolerance is. Choose your supplemental coverage first, then decide on the dental. So if you happen to already be leaning toward an Advantage plan, then you can maybe consider the dental, vision, and hearing coverage as you're narrowing down the plans. But if you know you want a Medigap plan on Medicare, you'll have to either get a standalone dental plan or just pay out of pocket. This is where you ask yourself, are any of these options worth it to you? You can get a quote from me on what you'll need to spend per month to get a max benefit per year of up to $1,500 for dental, vision, or hearing, or higher if you want a higher maximum annual payout for dental. Or if you're already planning to get an Advantage plan, you'll definitely be taking these benefits into account when you search through the Advantage plan options as you're sorting through, or if I'm helping you as we sort through the plans together. We'll see the dental, vision, and hearing listed out on the summary of benefits, and that's what we'll look at. You could also add a standalone plan to an Advantage plan. It's not that common, but for example, my Manhattan Life Dental plan would pay out regardless of any other dental coverage you have, which is pretty cool. You can actually have dental coverage paid out by one insurance and then still send in the claim to Manhattan Life. You can send it in yourself and they'll literally just send you a check. So I've done that myself because I have a membership through my dentist's office, and then I do have a Manhattan Life dental plan, and I'll send claims to Manhattan Life Dental on top of that. I'm here to help you if you're needing this coverage. Now on my website, if you go to the contact page, you can view my availability and book a call through my calendar link there as well. This is the next topic. What does this mean? Maintenance, ongoing maintenance of your plan or ongoing upkeep. Today, I wanted to squeeze in a double topic because this is just something that doesn't really get talked about that much, and this is the final day of the boot camp. Many people, they get on Medicare, they buy supplemental and drug coverage, and they never look at it again for years and years. They may notice the cost going up, premiums increasing, drug pricing going up, but they just don't have the gumption or the energy to investigate or troubleshoot what's going on, and I get it. I totally understand because it ends up feeling like you have to relearn everything every single year, and who wants to do that? Now, if this sounds like you're just seeing things going up, don't really have the energy or the gumption, this is a perfect reason to work with me. My help is always free, and let me be your broker by doing your plan enrollments for you. That's all you have to do. That's how I get paid, and it's free to you to get ongoing support. You can let me do the heavy lifting year after year as changes happen. This will help you bypass any mistakes and unnecessary overspending. Plan maintenance simply means knowing what you need to do with your Medicare coverage over time. Do you need to re-enroll each year, or will it just roll over? What costs do you need to pay attention to? What time of year can you make changes? Whether you have original Medicare paired with a Medigap plan or a Medicare Advantage plan, you still need to keep paying your Medicare Part B ongoing. This will go up over time. And aside from continuing to pay for your Part B, there's nothing else you need to do to keep Medicare itself active through the government. As for your Medigap plan, if you have one, or if you're thinking about getting one, it's important to notice if you're getting rate increases. As long as you're healthy, you can keep your rates low over time by switching to lower cost companies, and that's something I help my existing clients with as part of their ongoing maintenance. Even if you're not with me, even if I didn't sign you up originally, and your health is reasonably good, you can reach out to me and get on my calendar, and I can help you lower your rate. So you want to keep that rate as low as possible ongoing, because you may as well reset it at the lowest rate possible year after year, because they're all going to go up over time. Oh, another thing too about getting my help, and say whether you're currently with me or not, and keeping that rate low. Another thing is these Part D drug plans. They definitely change every year. Every single drug plan is going to change in some way, shape, or form. It's either going to drop the drugs, it's going to drop some drugs off the drug list. It may change the premium, it may change the deductible, it may change what pharmacies are in network. So all these things can change. So it's important to have somebody in your corner that handles these things. And a lot of brokers aren't doing this anymore because the companies are dropping our commission for Part D drug plans. Just another one, we got an announcement just yesterday that another company dropped our commissions. In order for me to help you with your drug coverage, I have to have your supplement or Advantage plan. Now the Part D, and this is why I'm saying all this to say that the Part D and Advantage plans need to be reviewed every year in the fall. This is something that it's great to get in the habit of doing. I remind all my clients with a card in the mail and email so they can book on my calendar for an annual review. This prevents any surprises like sudden changes in the plan or pricing. Leave a comment below if you have any questions about your own Medicare plan maintenance, or if you have any questions about the dental, vision, and hearing that we talked about. Let me help you if you're struggling with which way to go. And actually, there's one thing that I didn't mention, and that is enrollment windows. So this kind of goes along with the ongoing annual maintenance. You need to know that the annual enrollment period, the open enrollment, is only for drug plans and it's only for Advantage plans. And that is every fall, and it's from October 15th to December 7th. So this is when you review. So if you have a Medigap plan, you probably have a standalone drug plan. That's when you're going to review your drug plan. If you have an Advantage plan, that's when you're going to review your Advantage plan. However, all you Advantage plan folks, if you're thinking about getting one or if you're on one now, there's also an additional safety net. In January, it's called the Medicare Advantage Open Enrollment Period, OEP, Open Enrollment Period. The fall one is actually called Annual Election Period, so it's a little bit different. I just throw around the term open enrollment, I don't know, just as a general term. But the one in January is special. It gives you that safety net if, number one, you forgot all about checking your Advantage plan. Now, it's only if you already have an existing Advantage plan, though, or if you make a mistake, if you forgot to switch your plan, or if come January you realize, oh my gosh, my doctor's not in network anymore, or my drugs are covered terribly, or these types of things. You have from January until the end of March to make a change. And so I did a lot of help with folks this year in that time frame. So you can just keep that in mind, okay, moving forward. Now let me help you if you're struggling with which way to go. If you're new to Medicare, I can guide you and help you arrive at the right decision for you based on all my years of experience, seeing what works for different people, no matter where you are in your journey, whether new to Medicare or been there a while. I can get you more comfortable with your coverage and make sure it's a fit for you. No more second guessing yourself, wondering if you should have some other type of plan, so we can get this figured out together. Or even if it seems like you don't need help now, who wants to relearn this material year after year and have to do all the work of reviewing your plans and making sure it's all a fit all yourself, when you can have me as your advocate for free for the life of your plans? This means you're not completely on your own for years to come after you initially figured out your Medicare sign up on your own. There could come a time in the future where your situation gets more complicated and maybe you wished you had someone you could call to sort it out. Like, I mean, maybe an illness 5 years down the road, some strange illness comes on the scene, and then, oh my goodness, and it's complicated with the drug copays or something at that point. Over on decodingmedicare.com, and when you go to the contact page, you can view my availability and book a call there. If you've made it through all 5 bootcamp sessions, congratulate yourself. Just know that you've saved yourself so much time by going through this boot camp, and you've gotten the perfect overview to jumpstart your process of getting onto Medicare and choosing the right plan for you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.